is uncensored and is for adults only. Mature or immature, doesn't matter.
Tinder, changing the way we date. Uber, changing the way we get from place to place. We've combined both. Say hello to Uber, the car service for people looking to meet that special someone on the way to wherever. Step 1. Open the Uber app and activate. If you don't like the way the driver looks, simply swipe left using Uber's ultra-convenient technology. And if you like what you see, simply like the driver. When the driver you choose also chooses you, you have a match.
Hey, you're Paige?
Uh-huh.
And you live in Brooklyn? And you like Paul Rudd movies and brunch?
Yes.
Is that true? Okay. Seems like everybody does.
If the driver wants to get to know you better, he'll swipe forward to indicate that you may sit in the front seat.
Okay.
Yeah, they need to work on this part of the service.
It's a little tight.
Yeah.
Sorry. Did I kick you?
It's not my car. Okay.
When you get the right match, sit back and let Uber take the wheel.
So, I know where you're going, but where are you from?
I'm from Ohio.
Oh, right. Round on both sides, high in the middle.
Did you just make that up?
No. People say that.
From there, get ready for the most romantic evening of your life.
Cheers.
I don't normally drink and drive, but kind of have to in this line of work.
Yeah.
It's from a box.
Uber drivers are all certified 5-star conversationalists.
You like music?
I love music.
Yeah, music's pretty important, huh?
Do you like music too?
Oh, yeah. Big time.
Wow.
I go to, all the bands and shows and just I listen to everything on Spotify.
Our drivers are experts in picking you up.
You have amazing eyes, by the way. Just noticed. Because I'm driving.
That's so sweet. Oh,
Yeah.
You have amazing eyes too.
Thanks. Sorry about that. I usually last a little longer.
Oh no, you were great. Fair's getting expensive anyways.
Uber drivers always end the date like perfect gentlemen.
5 stars for you, mister.
Thanks.
You have another date?
I mean, I do this for a living. So
I thought we had a connection.
Sorry, I'm gonna end the date by swiping left.
What are you?
Sorry. Sorry about that. Hey, can you give me a good rating? I mean, for the driving. Sorry, I know this part's kind of weird. Hi there.
Hi.
So, I know where you're going, but, where are you from?
Connecticut.
Connecticut. Connecticut. That's how I remember it.
Also, if you're feeling adventurous, try Uber Pool. Uber. Everyone has a sex drive, but now you can have drive sex.
Barely ads, the stupid fake commercials. Oh.
If you're dumb enough to buy a new car this weekend, you're a big enough schmuck to come to Big Bill Hell's Cars. Bad deal. Cars that break down. Thieves. If you think you're going to find a bargain at Big Bill, you can kiss my ass. It's our belief that you're such a stupid motherfucker. You'll fall for this bullshit. Guaranteed. If you find a better deal, shove it up your ugly ass. You heard us right. Shove it up your ugly ass. Bring your tray. Bring your title. Bring your wife. We'll fuck her. That's right. We'll fuck your wife. Because at Big Bill Hell, you're fucked 6 ways from Sunday. Take a hike to Big Bill Hell, home of challenge pissing. That's right. Challenge pissing. How does it work? If you can piss 6 feet in the air straight up and not get wet, you get no down payment. Don't wait. Don't delay. Don't fuck with us or we'll rip your nuts off. Only at Big Bill Hell, the only dealer that tells you to fuck off. Hurry up, asshole. This event ends the minute after you write us a check. And it better not bounce or you're a dead motherfucker. Go to hell. Big Bill Hell's Cars. Baltimore's filthiest and exclusive home of the meanest sons of bitches in the state of Maryland. Guaranteed.
1, I like money. 2, I like greed. 3, I like posting on my Twitter feed about the dishonest press and their fake news. I could say anything because there's 140 character views. Things like CBS and NBC, otherwise known as the enemy, the New York Times and CNN. You can only trust Fox News and Friends, don't you? But listen to their all fake news. You can do anything but get off of their all fake news. Attacks in Sweden and in Bowling Green, I got more electoral votes than anyone's ever seen. I'll squash anyone who says it's not true. And if you're you're disabled, then I'll mock you too. Trust me, and not those dirty gums you hacked. 'Cause I never lie, I just say a few alternative facts. I'm fully divested while my company earns. There's nothing to see on my tax returns. I'm no racist, I love blacks and Jews. If they say different, I'll just yell, fake news! Don't you listen to they're all fake news. You can do anything but get off of they're all fake news.
I want you all to know that we are fighting the fake news. It's fake, phony, fake. A few days ago, I called the fake news the enemy of the people, and they are. They are the enemy of the people. They are the enemy of the people. Fake, phony, fake. Fake, phony, fake.
Fuck you! Yeah, my wife, she sometimes rages that I'm not so organized. She knows that it has been ages since I bought that bag of fries. Just look at the pile of dishes, the old tissues on that stool. You may think that I am hopeless, but my brain is pretty cool. ADHD, ADHD. I may be a slob, but I'm great at my job. That is just me. They call it a deficiency, but you know what? I do not agree. This could be our real superpower, ADHD. Just think of the human brain as a gigantic mixing board. Normal brains can use these dimmers to ease in and out of chores. A little of this and that, and like that all the chores are gone. My brain doesn't work like that, man. My brain just goes off and on. ADHD, ADHD. Destigmatize it, no one should hide it. Take it from me. It's not a deficiency that's wrong. ADHD, help me write this song. We're good creators, stop being haters. ADHD, ADHD. Yeah, awful with money, but hey, I'm funny. Seriously, I might forget some things today, but please believe me now when I say you can get through it. Here's how you do it. ADHD. My phone's in the fridge, my desk is a mess. Hey, what's in that tree? This test gives me stress. Forget what to get, don't know where to go. But here's how I take control. I get exercise, I go on a walk. I make it a point to let people talk. My wife makes a list, it's here on my wrist. And now I am good to go. ADHD, yeah, ADHD. Destigmatize it, don't even hide it. Take it from me. It's just the way my brain was made. But the good parts I never would trade. I'm not complaining, I'm entertaining. ADHD. Yeah. Oh, okay, thanks for the help with the song. Wait, it's still going. Hang on, come here.
Live from the Raw Talk Studios in Southwest Florida, it's the Charles Richardson Show.
It's Friday, you bastard.
What's up, everybody? Good evening, everybody. It is Friday.
It's Friday, you bastard.
It's April 22nd, 2022. Welcome to the show, everybody. Yeah, I downloaded a couple of new bits. No, well, not sound bits, but not like, clips. That's coming soon. Gonna get some more of these in there. Introducing the very unorthodox cast of characters. PDB over to the right. It's like he's a wrestler. So PDB. I'm trying to come up with a funny thing for D because I got PB as peanut butter. So I'm going to see what I was thinking. Peanut dilly butter or something like that. I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out.
Well, it normally for most people stands for Philip Dwayne Blackman. I'm just saying, it's my initials out there. You can use them if you want.
Yeah, well, yes, I'll definitely use you. Down at the bottom there, in pure HD, and I think she had to put on some extra makeup there just so she shine and glow as she is. And of course, that finger looks ultimately impressive. It's Jenny right down there. And, of course, she is on her own mute. She muted herself.
Hi.
Yep. Now, and the microphone's all fucked up. She's not using the right microphone. But it's...
Yes, I am.
No, you're not. It sounds like shit.
Negative.
It sounds like... It sounds like crap. Like... It sounds like crap. Just letting you know. It's okay. It's like, again, it's a StreamYard thing because you're not used to using the microphone with the new camera. That's why. So.
Am I on one?
Huh?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Keep talking.
Did I fix it now? Is this it?
Yeah, that sounds good, right, Phil? Awesome.
Yeah,
good. Awesome, guys. Well, happy Friday, everybody. We're so happy to have you along on this wonderful ride of life. Now, for the next 10 minutes, you're going to hear me bitch. So, congratulations to Ron, the shit fuckface ass wiping jerk off. Do I sound like Crazy Joe right there? I did.
Not yet.
I did.
I'll let you know.
No. That's okay. For this guy, I don't care if I do. You know what? I really I should message Crazy Joe and say, listen, you should write about Ron DeSantis. You should go ahead and go off on a 10-minute YouTube video about Ron DeSantis. And it'd probably be the best thing ever. It really would.
He probably likes the guy.
Yeah, he probably does. So this son of a bitch, because when Disney didn't like the Don't Say Gay bill, which Philip went ahead and spoke about in detail in his show, where all it really was is it's blocking teachers from teaching anything about homosexuality, gayness, or just anything outside of straight boy-girl thing. That's it. Between kindergarten and third grade. Correct me if I'm wrong. So that's all it's about. It really is. So Disney went ahead and opposed it because it felt it was threatening to the LGBT ABCDEFG community. So DeSantis, because oh my God, somebody disagrees with this bill. Let's see what Disney has that we can take away from them. Oh, they have their own city. They govern their whole thing. They have their own fire department, their own police department, their own improvement community, blah, 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 blah. Why? We can take this away from them. So basically what DeSantis did today is went ahead and signed into law the boo-hoo, bitch and crying and moan, you don't like me so I don't like you, take away stuff from you bill. Which basically is going to dissolve Disney's community, pretty much. Instead of being a private-run community, it is now going to belong back to the counties, Osceola and Orange County, so they don't have full control anymore of their community that they had put into law back in 1967. Now, what did this mean? Because, now we're gonna get to Disney. Yeah, we're gonna really give it to them. We're gonna stick our fists so far up their ass that it's gonna taste like hairy knuckles. They went ahead and did that. So now, and I don't think this is the part where Philip was thinking we were going to talk about, because I know you don't care about Disney, but this is beyond Disney now. This is now affecting all of Orange and Osceola County in Central Florida. I know, Karen, you like DeSantis. I do not like what he did today. This is a bitching and moaning fest that DeSantis went ahead and did. I'm sorry. Disagree with me all you want. This is a bitching and moaning. Oh, boo-hoo, you stand against the bill that I put into play. Now I'm going to go after you and take something that you've had for 55 fucking years because I don't like your views. I hope he fucking gets his ass kicked next election. I hope he gets his ass handed to him. So anyway, like I was saying, now he goes after Disney. Ooh, he doesn't think about it. But that is going to affect the rest of the residents of Osceola and Orange County, which is the Orlando-Kissimmee Metroplex. Disney has about $2 billion in debt in regards to running their own thing. So guess what? All that debt has to go somewhere, right? Happy homeowners. Congratulations. Now, it is in law that the homeowner's insurance or the homeowner's, homeowner's taxes can't go up by more than 3% in a year. If it's your primary residence. If it is your snowbird residence, it can go up as far as it wants to, right up your ass. So keep that in mind. When you go to vote for DeSantis again, just know, because he had a pissing match with Disney, your fucking money is going up through the roof that you have to pay now. So just keep that in mind. Stuff that's been intact since 1968. Where Disney has its own community, everybody was living fine. Yes, Disney gets tax breaks because you know why? They are fucking a major metropolis business. They're also bringing in tourism out the ass. I don't care about Universal. I don't care about Bush. Disney is bringing tourism. How much they raise their prices, they're always sold out. They're always getting... It's Disney. It's Disney in Florida. Fuck Universal. Fuck SeaWorld. Fuck them all. Disney is what brings the bitches into Central Florida. And DeSantis just went ahead and is going toe-to-toe with Disney. And he will lose. He will lose out on his fucking seat in the government and replace it with anybody fucking else. And this doesn't even get to go through until 2023. Which means, more than likely, the next person in charge can override it. So, anyway... Karen says, do you honestly think Disney was in the planning meeting on this to help dissolve their massive debt? No. I don't think so. I don't believe that. So anyway,
planning meeting.
So anyway, yeah, what meeting? What meeting? DeSantis did this by pissing people off. Believe me, if this was just to dissolve it, they would have done it already. They would have done it and said, listen, we don't want to be Ready Creek anymore. Let's dissolve it. Let's just get rid of it. But that would piss off all of the residents around there. I guess it wasn't. I guess it really wasn't 10 minutes, more like 8. But this just royally pissed me off because the governor is now using his big power to go ahead and pick on somebody because they share a different point of view.
What did you think, you were living in a democracy?
Oh no! That's been washed away. It's over the bridge and everything. Philip, you said you were happy we were going to talk about this. Was this what you wanted to talk about, or did you want to talk about more of the Don't Say Gay bill?
No, I thought we was going to talk more about the bill specifically itself. Yeah. Now, look, as far as what DeSantis did, look, I'm a supporter of the bill. I am for reasons that I discussed in my show earlier. Mm-hmm. But no, there's no, it probably would have been a lot better. Because the bill that DeSantis signed in, it's less than a page long. It doesn't really lay out how the debt is going to be spread, who's going to cover it. There's really a lot of questions. There's more questions than there are answers. I mean, yes, okay. So the June 1 to 23, they're going to drop them. But they're going to lose their status. But I mean, you already know they're going to reapply and probably get it reawarded to them just under more strict standards. But this I agree with you, Charles. This is pure political, and I'm afraid it might be a little bit short-sighted.
Well, and I'm just saying it's because it just looks like a bitching match. It looks like a little kid that has gotten all this power under him. It's like, well, damn it, you've called me names. I'm gonna go ahead and take your bike. Just like kind of being a bully if you really want to just boil it down to it. He's being a fucking bully. He really is. Like this thing. Worse. You know how long DeSantis has been in office, and in all that time, guess what Disney had? The Ready Creek development, intact. They had everything intact. Oh, but now all of a sudden Disney goes ahead and says, I disagree with what you did, Governor. Oh, well, you know what? Fuck you. You know, and Disney now is pulling their funding, which is like $50,000, big freaking deal. But
this is worse than what you guys are saying. This is way worse. And forgive me, but this is the worst piece of legislation in the world. Number one, the bill is absolutely inappropriately written. The fact that you stated it's just a little paragraph shows you how wrong it is. Legislation, when you're changing law, is supposed to spell out how that's going to work. There's nothing in the bill that talks about what happens to the $2 billion in debt. There's nothing in the bill that addresses the fact that they have 175 miles of roadway that need road treatment, that need cleanup crews. There's water department, there's electrical systems, their fire department, their police department, their EMS department. All of that has been run by the Ready Forgive me, I can't think of the word.
Ready Creek.
Yes. That has been taken care of since 1967, encompassing at this point somewhat of upwards to, I think it's between 60 and 80,000 employees.
I think it's more than that, to be honest with you. I think it's more than that. On top of that,
this is an absolutely horrific example of tyrannical government. I disagreed with you. I disagreed with your bill, and your answer to my political speech is to use your power of office and law to shove forth a bill to try and hurt me. But all you've done is hurt every taxpayer. Everything in those two counties is fucked. Absolutely fucked. They're going to have to put the bill because they have 175 new miles of road. All of those hundreds and thousands of miles of water piping, all of the fire department, all of that now has to be taken over by the government because you're dissolving the existing government that was doing all of that. They did their own road repairs. They answered their 911 calls. They have fire department. They have all of that. Now does not longer belong to the roadways. Now that's Disney's reallocated equipment, unless they sell it to the government. But the government, how are they going to buy that? Well, your county and taxes are going to go up. Well, there's going to be more pressure on your DPW. Guess what's going up? Your gas tax is going to get affected. Likely to see a sales tax affected. They may not be able to elevate the property tax to meet the new tax burden that they've now absorbed, but it will come out in other taxes. If you think they're not going to get their money to pay for this shit, you're wrong. It's going to come on every taxpayer's back. DeSantis is an absolute joke and a disgusting example of what government is not supposed to be. It's never supposed to be, I use my office to step on you because I didn't like what you said about what I did.
Yeah. I agree. And listen, in regards to the Don't Say Gay bill, I mean, I can't really, I don't know what it's really called, so I'm just going to go ahead and point at that. Everybody knows what I'm talking about. As far as that, I don't really have a problem with it. I really don't. I mean, because, you know, kindergarten to 3, what are you really knowing right now? And again, I agree. Something the parents should go ahead and take over. I agree with that, Phil. The parents should be the ones to go ahead and teach the kids, not the school. But it only covers to 3rd grade. So is there like a new bill coming out that's going to cover 3 to 6? And, you know, it's going to be kind of like, you know, the Pfizer vaccine. Are we just going to start with 3 years, you know, kids to 8 years old now, and then kids to 12? I mean, at what point in time does the government stop it? Now, this is only basically to eliminate the talk. Some schools don't even talk about this. Some schools just eliminate it and avoid it because of backlash, because of what they're going to get.
Of this, a lot of companies are not going to want to move to Florida anymore. Look what you're doing to Disney. Why the hell do I want to move to your state? Yep. I'm going to take my company and my business and go somewhere else to create those jobs because whatever you tell me up front might change on the other end. Yep. And I've helped businesses move to my state. I've been to a ribbon cutting of a business being open with government officials there to applaud and bring them in. And they were expected that the taxes that they were moving into was there, that the infrastructure was there, that there was a connection to education so they could do R&D and development. What happens? So this scenario is I come into your state, all those things you promised me, well, you're ripping it out. You're taking out that infrastructure. You're not going to run that R&D anymore. My company's going, what? And every other company behind me is going, not going.
It just shows that if you push the wrong buttons, you're screwed. My buddy right here, writing here, the primary reason that they pulled funding from DeSantis and all the Republicans follow the money. This will wind up his base to get him reelected. His cult will hurt themselves to stick it to the woke mob. Disney should pull all their entertainment from Florida back out. ESPN, ABC, Hulu, Disney Plus, all of their Marvel didn't. I don't listen. I think Disney's going to be fine. The problem is this doesn't look bad on Disney. This looks bad on DeSantis.
Absolutely.
So Disney's going to be fine. They're the ones that actually are the victims here. They're the ones that they spoke out. Oh no, and they pulled the funding. So now all of a sudden, you're not going to fund me? Well, screw you. I'm going to go ahead and take what I can from you. So
and remember, the state of Florida promised Disney in 1967. This was going to be the arrangement. And in return, Disney promised that they would keep all of their operation and corporate headquarters in the state of Florida with those tens of thousands of jobs.
Yep. And that was a lot right there. I've had the pleasure of working for Disney. And believe me, they're a hell of a company to be a part of. I don't know recently what they've done, over the past 10 years or anything like that. But I do know when I worked for them, it felt like a family business. It really did. It felt like Walt was there and his family worked there. And it felt really, really comfortable and nice. Pay was shit, but it felt nice.
Well, anyway. There's another part that we haven't talked about in this is that, right now, Disney, they kind of pay their own taxes type deal, right? And by removing Reedy Creek out of the equation, now Disney, the revenue that was generated by their taxes that they were given, that they had, now they could just write the shit off because they're no longer a governing authority. So that's going to be tax money it's going to hurt Florida in the long run.
Yeah, it's going to hurt Florida. Disney ain't going to be affected. Believe me, I don't care how much you think they're struggling.
They're going to be affected in the sense that now all of the repairs that need to be done above and below ground, because those that don't, Disney's an entire city underground with tunnels and water pipes and electrical functions.
Yep.
All of that becomes the county's property to upkeep. They're not going to do it the way Disney's done it. So you're going to see a reduction in Disney's product. There's no way to cut that.
Is there a good way out of this, though? Right? Because again, only a page long. It's not like Jenny said.
It is not. Here's the thing:
they're literally counting that the next year is going to give them all the time they need to undo all this damage, but there's no legislation to support it. So that means you're going to have to go back through the legislative body, and I don't know how many different ways to try and handle all of these things that just got dumped into the county's lap.
So let me ask you this.
My question, Charles, is could there be a good thing out of it? Would it? Could this maybe? Because Disney employs 75,000 people. How many of those are the Department of Waterworks and Infrastructure, like Jenny's laying out? And like you've laid out. Since it's going now under, I guess, a new owner, so to speak.
Well, Disney's still going to employ their theme park, people there, but the things that would now be classified as government, like the utilities, the security, the police, the fire department, those things now get dumped over to the government, and Disney's still going to employ their theme park employees, their call center employees, people working at the gift shops and all that stuff. They're still going to have those people.
But their fire, their EMS, their police, their DPW, all of that has to go under the county.
And so the question is, because you said their pay is shit. And look, I'm on board with both of you guys on this. But is it possible, if the pay is shit, now that if it's going to the government, is it possible that the people who are now going to be covering fire EMS, is it possible that maybe they'll get better benefits, better jobs? I don't know. I don't know anything about Florida's government.
No, that's a big fat no.
Right off the bat, they have a $977 million bond debt that's going to go to the district.
Yeah.
Just never mind all of those services. It's the stupidest piece of legislation I think I've ever seen.
It's one of those things.
It's done so much damage with nothing in its wake.
And it's only done. It's only been in there for a day. It's only been there for a day, and it's like, now you sign it into law, but we don't know what it does. What does this do? It eliminates Reedy Creek. That's what it eliminates.
No, Jenny,
we don't know what.
I love that.
You got to pass the bill in order to find out what's in it. Guess what? In your case, it's worse than that. You passed the bill and you found out there was nothing to fuck in it.
That's the problem.
Zero. There's no fiscal notations. There's no explanation. There's nothing. It's just, we're dissolving you. I'm taking my ball and I'm going home just to get back at you for bad-mouthing my decision.
Now, here's what Karen says. And I don't understand where Karen's coming from.
Oh, my God.
Karen says Disney will have a hand in a payment, and I guarantee politics is I pay. Wait. Politics is I pay your back, you pay mine. So no. First off,
that's not
Karen,
how bonds work.
Karen, call in, because honestly, we need to talk about this. Seriously, how do you go ahead and do it? You pissed DeSantis off. DeSantis wants to ruin you. It was flat out said. Disney is a visitor in Florida, and now today we tell them, fuck you.
It doesn't matter what your reasoning is. The bond is the property of the government now. Yep. They're responsible. There's no way for you to legally hold Disney responsible for shit.
Have fun with the $1 billion. Have fun.
Yeah, this is law. This is basic law.
DeSantis just lost 2 counties. If he had any chance of getting reelected, 2 counties plus the people that are seeing, plus the people that are seeing what's happening. Yeah, he's done. He ain't getting reelected.
Plus the problem you're going to have with the new mutual aid system that's going to have to be set up for police, fire, and EMS for those surrounding counties in that area, because they're going to change all their call run cards now. They have no choice.
Unbelievable. See,
you can't just take it over. It doesn't work that way.
Can I ask you a question real quickly? Because I got this. I don't understand. First off, one page of legislation that basically shows no detail except we're fucking Disney. We're fucking Disney. Here, sign here. That's all it says, really. Is it possible that this one page of legislation is just a facade? This thing never gets approved.
He signed it into law. It's a done deal. It's signed, sealed, delivered. It is the law now. Your state apparently doesn't have much issue with passing shit. I can tell you that in the state of New Hampshire, that bill would have never flied. It didn't have an appropriate fiscal note. There was no impact thing on there. That none of that shit. That little thing. Wait.
Your state passed a freaking abortion bill where they had to put a probe up your own thing.
Yep, they did. But it didn't cost the taxpayers money, so it didn't have a fiscal note.
That's what I'm saying. That's kind of hard to defend.
Dollars has to have a fiscal note that comes out of the state. There's no if, buts, or so's about it. It's the way New Hampshire works.
Yeah.
And the way we work is if something is not specifically prohibited by law, it's legal. So our laws work a little differently, and the way we insist on how bills have to be voted on. Florida basically does whatever hair goes across his ass when the wind blows.
Apparently.
Just like making wrestlers essential staff during a fucking plague. Like, this guy wants to be president, and he doesn't know the difference between an EMT and a wrestler? Give me a fucking break, man. You guys are, I don't know who voted this guy in, but...
No.
Guys, I mean, this is nothing new. I mean, I have a hard time being outraged about it because, man, it seems like everybody's doing the same crooked shit and everybody's outraged for different reasons. I hate for Florida residents. Look, this is dog shit. Let's call it what it is. But we can't be surprised at this. I mean, because both sides do it. Both sides are bullies, and they're all full of shit. I mean, that sucks because the taxpayers in each one of these states, they're the ones who's getting stuck with the bill every single time.
Dude, I'm totally calling you out on that attitude. What? No way. Absolutely no way. It can't be, well, this is what they do. We... and all of us have a responsibility for standing up and saying, no, this is not okay. I'm not going to accept this as status quo. I'm going to speak up. This governor's doing bullshit. I don't care what letter's after his name. He's hurting his taxpayers. He's screwing his counties. All in the name of what? He wants to be president, so he's trying to use this to stand on as some kind of a pump me up chest.
Well, Jenny, don't get it confused. Don't get it twisted. I'm not saying like, who gives a shit? No, I'm not saying that we should be we should be dismissive of it. But the idea is, I mean, man, we're seeing this in all our entire system is fucked from the ground up, and everybody in between is the problem. So, I mean, that's what I'm saying. I'm having a hard time being outraged. I guess the proper word, I'm having a hard time being surprised, right? Because, and Republicans and Democrats, they're just the same creatures of the two sides of the same coin. And, you know, I'm afraid that political affiliation and ideology and political identity is where you're going to see people go, yay, DeSantis for fucking Disney. And you're going to see people like, you know, boo DeSantis for fucking Disney.
For the wrong reasons, though. I agree. On the surface, it's, he's screwing Disney. But underneath that is $2 billion of debt. $177 million in bonded debt. That can't even go. It's bonded. Like, for those that don't understand, you can't just walk away from it and you can't make somebody else responsible. It's 100% on the taxpayer's back as of, August 1st of next year.
But Jenny, isn't really all the irresponsible spending that everybody's doing, doesn't it kind of still fall on all of us at some point?
Well, this is beyond responsible.
This is a 2% tax hike. This is a 30% tax hike.
We're getting it now. That's the thing. That's the kind of the point I'm making. We're getting it now. We're getting, you know, by Jesus Christ, everybody's paying so much more because of irresponsible fiscal decisions like this one.
Yep.
So, I mean,
DeSantis is taking like 40 fucking years of tax increases and shoving it in a year. People are going to lose their homes around there.
Yeah, I'm just saying. It's just
what he's doing is pricing out poor folk too. People that live in that area.
Oh well, there ain't no poor folk. Let's trust me on that one. Anywhere around that area, I mean, I'm sure there's communities that are definitely in the hood, but there's most of them that your houses are at least worth about $400,000 to $500,000.
What about the employees? Where do they tend to live?
They tend to live in the two counties that are going to be affected.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They're going to get slammed in so many different ways right now. You're going to be looking at, God, Jesus Christ, people could lose their houses. People are going to go hungry. This shit's serious because it's not just their property taxes. It's going to hit renters. It's going to raise all the other taxes.
And it's not.
And then
it's
all
not
the shit that
bad
doesn't
enough.
get fixed.
It's not only already bad enough as it is. I mean,
it's a snowball of hell that's going to hit that area.
This is like throwing a glass of gasoline on a forest fire. I mean,
but that forest fire is going to spread. That's the problem. There's nobody to put it out because you took all our firefighters away. There's nobody to put it out.
You got a couple of you've got one asshole over here, one asshole over here going, who's trying to see which one's dick is bigger?
Yeah.
In the meantime, everybody else underneath them's getting shit.
Yep.
DeSantis is pissed at the CEOs of Disney. Disney's pissed at the DeSantis. They're doing this shit at each other, but they're killing their own damn people.
Yeah. Well, what was it? I don't know if you guys follow Lewis Black. He's a great comedian.
Yes. I love Lewis Black.
One of the funniest lines I ever heard him say, and I can't remember the affiliation of the side, but the gist of it was, there's nothing stupider than a Republican and Democrat working together, because a Republican will say, I've got a shitty idea, and a Democrat says, I can make it shittier.
I love it.
Those labels can be interchanged. This ain't a partisan point. The idea is, like you said, this is a big sword. This is a sword match. And I don't see, because as a military mind, I mean, the fact that this law was one page, to me, that strikes me as a warno in the military. Before you get ready to make any type of movement, you do a warning order, which is like, hey, get ready to get ready, and then you have the operational order that drops. So I think, I don't know, maybe I'm looking at this as saying that, hey, that law that he signed is his intent. And God, I hope that there's something that follows after this. I hope there's something that follows after this that explains it a lot better. Yeah. Because as it stands right now, there's nothing but a bunch of questions and no real answers.
I mean, that's all he signed is just a big, just this one page. I mean,
we're going to pull their status. That's it.
What? I mean, honestly, there is no plan.
It's shocking to pass a piece of legislation through like that doesn't address the fiscal impact of the bill. That's a basic thing,
and that is an important part there.
You can't just pass the idea. There's always supposed to be a fiscal note if there's a fiscal impact, whether it is neutral or not. If there's a fiscal aspect of it, it's supposed to be there. This is nothing more than, I'm taking my ball and going home, fuck you, I don't like you no more. And who cares?
Fuck you!
Like you said, pouring gas on the fire. He's just dumping it on his way out. He don't give a shit who the hell's getting burned.
Yeah.
Well, if
it can affect him.
What was it, Georgia? Man, it's hard to keep up with so much shit happens. But when Georgia passed their voting rights bill, remember that when they did their overhaul about the new election reform? Was a couple years ago, maybe. And Hollywood, all these people saying all this stuff that we're doing in Georgia, we need to take our ball and go home because we don't like that legislation. I mean, it's tit for tat. So it goes both ways. I mean, these Hollywood companies, who were bringing big money in for these movie productions, now they're pissed. They got pissed off because Georgia passed the legislation. They're going, well, we're not going to do any more business in Georgia. So, I mean, really, this is kind of the same thing.
Georgia does have that, but the Hollywood has a huge footprint in Georgia. Just outside of Atlanta is a site where they do a lot of filming, like The Walking Dead was filmed there for the first number of seasons. The Water Tower's there. Fried Green Tomatoes was filmed there. They have like one of the only sound stages that incorporates a plane or something like that. It's heavily used.
But wasn't it
There's
also
a lot of revenue around it from all the businesses that are supported by that work.
But wasn't it also MLB? They took their All-Star game and they moved it to Colorado that year in protest of that voting rights bill. So I think the point that I'm trying to make is, and look, these big power entities, right? Big Hollywood, big Disney, big government. These bastards are doing it to each other all the time, and it's the poor schmoes who are caught in the crossfire. I mean, how much money did Georgia lose just in the MLB All-Star game? How much revenue did it cost Atlanta? Because they were throwing a fit over political decisions. So
how many small businesses didn't make it?
Because of that. So I mean, that's what's so disgusting about this is, it's much bigger than Ron DeSantis and Disney because again, Hollywood versus Georgia, and then so and so versus this state. It's all fucking dumb, and unfortunately, the poor bastards that are living in these states and these areas, they're the ones getting fucked. Nobody cares. Nobody cares, and that sucks.
Yeah,
nobody cares.
That does. So here's what Karen had sent in regards to maybe a little bit more information. So according to this here, the law would eliminate the Reedy Creek Improvement District, as is a 55-year-old Disney government as known, as well as a handful of other smaller districts by June 2023. The measure does allow for the districts to be reestablished, leaving an avenue to renegotiate the future of the deal that allows the company to provide services such as zoning, fire protection, utilities, and infrastructure, kind of like what they do already. DeSantis said Friday that the company would end up paying more taxes than it currently does, and that the law isn't expected to cause tax increases for residents around Disney, but he gave no additional details. So, you mean to tell me that this is not going to affect anybody?
Disney's not going to be paying enough taxes to make up for a $177 million bond, $2 billion in debt, and all the services.
I believe that shit. Like when Joe Biden said passing all these what was it? All these big infrastructure bills, all these great big trillions and trillions of dollars of bills. Oh, you're not. It's not going to raise your taxes at all. That's kind of the same. That's the same bullshit right there. I don't understand.
I swear, I did not have sexual relations with that woman. I will not raise taxes. No new taxes. Oh yeah, that sounds
Bill
familiar.
Clinton, George Bush, keep going. So it was Bill Clinton, George Bush passed the bill to see what's in it. What was Trump did entirely too many to name off. But yeah, I mean, we're seeing this across the board, guys. I mean, everybody's fucking everybody, and the poor bastards in the middle are the ones who are stuck. And who knows what to believe anymore.
Well, heated discussion to kick off Friday. Fun day. What is up? How is everybody doing? Are you planning on going to Disney now? Hell yeah, I am. No. I'm planning. Well, you guys.
I was never planning to go anyway.
Sorry, I plan. Hey, listen, this is more of my freaking horse that I'm riding on and stuff like that. So I apologize if I took it into a direction for 40 minutes. But it is what it is. 813-699-5353. It's the number to call if you want to go ahead and chime in on this. I had to kick EZG out of the chat. And the reason is going to be a little bit stupid, and I'll tell you why. So EZG, number one, this is a chat for the show. My show. Okay? If you want to promote the Friday show over on WMNH, do it somewhere else. Okay? Because I want listeners for my show. So Easy G went ahead and posted, "Oh yeah, Retro Spectrum Radio starting in 10 minutes. Make sure you tune in to WMNH." I'm thinking,
fuck the Charles Richardson show.
Bye.
No.
Bye. Hey, listen, love Matt, love Retro Spectrum, love WMNH.
Dirty
No, you promote it on your social media, yours, comment. No wonder I didn't really care if he blocked me or not. I must have just blocked him all over again. I don't know.
Oh my gosh! Stop.
What? So if you're going to go ahead and talk on the show, if you're going to go ahead and make a comment, listen, we don't need any cross promotion, especially not the time my show is on. Okay, I apologize. Right now. It's 7:45 p.m. Eastern time. I'm fighting with Matt now for listeners, or I should say, Paulie C. Paulie C is the host of it. Matt's just the co-host. I'm fighting Paulie C. right now for listeners.
Yeah, but you can't compete against Matt's mullet, dude. Yeah,
He does not have a mullet.
Right, I can't compete against that mullet. That thing looks.
I've only seen him with a hat. I've never seen Matt without a hat, and now he's got the little thing. So I assumed it's
There's a reason why he does wear a hat, because he doesn't want people to think he's from the 80s.
Is he missing some?
He likes wearing a hat.
He likes wearing a hat, but you know what? That's going to cause hair loss eventually.
Negative. No,
you don't think so?
That's not real.
No. I'm just trying.
Now you wrap shit on your head and leave it there forever. That'll cause some problems. But
I mean, how many Middle Easterners have you seen that are bald? I mean, and they wrap that shit pretty damn tight.
But I'm just saying, you don't see them bald because they always have something on there.
Oh my God, you guys!
Indoors,
I never seen a Middle Eastern indoors. I'm sorry.
Oh my God, you're awful.
Well, no. Well, there's nothing disrespectful.
If they're out in public, they have to cover
on tight.
They have to have their skin covered every inch of it.
Sin to cover the top, to show the top of their head to Allah when they're outdoors. Yep. So that's why
that actually crosses over to a lot of religions with women.
Yeah, but I'm just saying. Just imagine women who have to cover everything. Just imagine them in porn. If they show a wrist,
there is no porn.
I'm just saying.
There's no porn.
I love some ankle, right? You know.
Seriously.
Oh man, show me that heel. Oh my God. Anyway, 813. Oh, hey, Miriam is in there. Wi-Fi and Where I Am Sucks show keeps buffering.
Yes.
Now,
feel better. I love you.
What's wrong with Miriam?
She's in the hospital.
Oh man. What happened?
She's got a buggy and a fever, and it's not COVID.
All right, that's good.
It's not COVID, but she needs to be tuned up. They'll change her oil and let her go home after.
Absolutely. Right now, if you're seeing posts from the Charles Richardson show, that is Karen. She is an administrator on the page, so she is chatting under the. To protect her identity, the Charles Richardson show.
I thought that was you doing all that shit to boost your numbers.
That was not me. I mean, I can go ahead and boost my numbers right now. I just go ahead and start playing it on
that would be quite
browsers.
talented, actually.
What?
Because what he was saying out of his mouth and what's going on the screen is different.
Yeah, I'm like arguing with myself right there. Yeah, you know what? That sounds actually
that's not
genius.
Copy and paste. What he's saying
that sounds genius. Yes, I was arguing with myself. That's not Karen. Fuck that. I was pretending to be Karen.
There you go.
That sounds to the dark side.
Come closer, my son.
or not at all.
No. Anyway, 813-699-5353. All right, we got it's 49 after the hour. Do I want to get into a topic? Do I want to go to break and then we'll load up topics on the back end? I don't know. I'll leave it up to you guys.
Let's do our break now and then come back with new topics.
All right, yeah, because we have a few of them going on. Philip, you okay with that? Grabbing a beer and coming on back?
Hey man, I'm always good. I got my libations with me everywhere I go.
Hell to the yeah.
We're good.
That's why I like working from home. They don't know what I'm drinking.
I don't care if they do.
Well, I have to. Unfortunately, it's good. It's called You Can Get Fired.
Yeah, I'm a shitty example.
No, stop that. All right. Anyway, let's go to break. We got Ion and Rebel Inc. that we have for 2 songs here, about 7.5 minutes with the bit, probably 8.5. So come on back in 9. We'll be right back after this. Don't go anywhere.
Be kind and rewind. The Charles Richardson Show will be right back.
Whisper a sweet melody.
part of it. But you'll never be a part of it.
USSR. Staying at the Kremlin in the Tillerson suite reminds me of my pad at home. I think there is a camera in the toilet seat. I hope they haven't bugged the phone. I'm back in the USSR. They should proclaim me a czar, boys. Back in the USSR. Oh, those Putin boys will either knock you out or poison your behind. Who cares if you're a murderer? It doesn't really matter because we do it all the time. We do the same thing. Thank you for the hacking of the DNC and all the things to help me win. I'll help you with the sanctions, but if we get caught, I'll blame it all on Michael Flynn. I'm back in the USSR. I'm driving Vladimir's car, boys. Back in the USSR. Do you know there's no more USSR?
I know nothing about Russia.
Yeah, it's been like 26 years.
What the hell is going on? I have nothing to do with Russia. Nothing to do. I never met Putin.
Don't be a pussy. Call Charles now. 813-699-5353.
I'm telling you, independent music there is really, really freaking underrated. It really is. This is a band called Solid State up there in Michigan. All the music I actually have is from my affiliate there in Michigan, the Alien X Radio. It's all underground. All garage bands, all people trying to make their mark. Like Jenny with her banana bread, trying to make her mark. Oh my God.
I'm happy to make people's tummies feel good.
Yes. Matt apparently on the air still had time to go ahead and blurt out a message on the chat saying that Jenny's banana bread is kicking some major retro spectrum ass tail.
I sent him in with a number of slices to share with the boys.
You really think he's
And
sharing
never
them?
fear, there's plenty more at home because I made a whole new one.
You really think he's sharing though? He's like that pizza.
No, he will. I send him in with stuff and they share. They're good about it.
You got to make sure that Paulie C knows about it so that just in case he tries to be have that operation where it's like, I don't know, Jenny didn't send me anything.
I sent him in with just shy of half a loaf. I'm sure he's sharing.
Yeah, well, half a loaf is still half a pizza.
Yeah, but he knows he's got another loaf here at home.
Yep.
It's on the cooling rack right now.
Miriam says, I don't mind sharing, but not sure people want to hear about it. I'm not even sure. What's that about?
She has diverticulitis.
Oh, yeah. I hear ya. Well, that's tough. That's big. Ooh.
Yeah. So
Philip, why are you coming in so hot? You're coming a little bit hot there, buddy.
Man, I don't know what's going on.
No? Did you come back to the second hour pumped up, man?
Man, I didn't hardly say anything. I didn't even think. I can barely hear myself.
Really?
Your position to your microphone must be closer because you're sounding a lot more full.
Yeah, man. You got to pretend that's a penis, not a vagina.
Hey, watch your mouth. See, yeah, you got the wrong branch of service. No.
I said you got to pretend it's not a vagina and don't hold it so close.
Shit, man. Now, see, you're going to fuck around and get me to say something that's going to make some people blush, and I ain't trying to do all that.
I know nothing.
I know nothing.
I tell you.
I don't know what you're talking about.
All right, so next slide. So what we got?
Yeah. We're talking about some vagina here.
Yeah, I used to manage
I'll come back later.
Strip club, you know, if you want to talk about that, I can tell you some of the shenanigans there that go on in the strip club if you want to hear that, you know.
I already know all about it. I used to be a strip club DJ for about 5 years.
Oh, man, you ain't nothing. Yeah, I mean, looking like a catcher Smith, ain't nothing sexy about that shit.
I didn't say anything. It was. But I will tell you this, man. That shit, man, desensitized me. It really did. It didn't make me, turn on anymore, man. That shit just went. It's like, well, okay, so you have a bitch. Big deal. I've seen that all the time. Yeah. I've seen all these tits. You ain't nothing special.
Yeah. What do you think of these? Well, I've seen better.
I've seen those. I've seen bigger and smaller. What do you want?
I bet, and I've seen more than both of you.
What do you want? A cookie? Yeah, but see, I've seen them when there's money being thrown at them. And not talking insurance money.
Right. Oh, I made money.
No. That's I didn't make much money.
I might have been scraping them off the side of the road, but I was making money.
I was scraping some boobies off the side of the road.
More
I got
human
paid.
bodies in more sizes, young, old, male, female, half, whatever.
Listen,
I've seen it all.
As long as they're over 18, I don't care.
All right.
Speaking of
nothing special.
Speaking of nothing special, Mike Tyson was at a San Francisco airport and went ahead and started making sure that he still got it, punching the man on board. He's training for his upcoming fight with nobody.
Nah, dude deserved it.
Yeah,
he was drunker than shit. He was in his face. You look at the video, and this dude is over him. Like, Tyson is sitting down, and he's over him.
Yeah.
He's getting in his face, and it got to the point where Tyson finally was like, you got to back off from me.
Tyson went ahead and said,
back off. He deserved
you got to back off from me.
Because I said so, that's why.
I have no sympathy for this guy.
No, I don't have any sympathy for him either, but it's the problem.
Hell they put him on a plane as drunk as he was. He should have never been allowed on the plane in the first place.
Now, the question is, was he belligerent when he was getting on the plane? That's the thing. Did he just become belligerent when he got on?
He took a picture with him. Tyson was even nice enough to take the damn picture with him, even though the guy was shit out. But then the guy just would not leave him alone. And he's towering over Tyson in the seat in front of him. I think they let him on because it was first class.
Socially distancing, right? I mean,
no, they're not social distancing anymore. Remember, no more masks.
They were
out there in speakers. Here, throw your masks away. A video obtained by TMZ Sports appears to show the former heavyweight champion Mike Tyson repeatedly punching another passenger on board a plane in San Francisco's International Airport. According to TMZ Sports, the incident escalated after a passenger took a selfie with Tyson on Wednesday night aboard a JetBlue flight headed towards, guess what? Florida. Tyson reportedly took the picture with the man sitting behind him, but the man's friend apparently annoyed Tyson by continuing to talk to him. Sources close to Tyson told TMZ Sports that the man was, quote, extremely intoxicated, and that Tyson reportedly told him to chill before the incident turned violent. On Thursday, Tyson's representative said that the passenger threw a water bottle at Tyson while he was in his seat, and that's what provoked the boxer.
That'll do it.
And let me see.
He got about 4 or 5 good swift hits to the face.
Yep.
Hey, what I appreciate about baby. What I appreciate about this is that both of them were released, and even the guy that Tyson put hands on, he said that he's not going to be pressing charges. So,
well, because he finally came to and realized what an asshole he was.
But did you hear why Tyson was on that fight in the first place?
Yeah, I got to see the video. Hang on a second. I'm going to see if I can.
Beautiful.
In this video obtained by TMZ, Mike Tyson can be seen repeatedly punching a passenger seat.
Quiet. Wait.
According to Tyson's publicist.
All right, hold on. This thing started auto-playing on me and then didn't allow me to... Damn it, share the screen. Tab, Tyson, punch out. It's like the game. Mike Tyson's punch out. All right, let's see here.
Man, here we go. I love this. It's like watching a midget track meet. It made me so happy.
Seriously.
In San Francisco, police confirmed the passenger was treated on scene for non-life-threatening injuries and added, the subject provided minimal details of the incident and refused. The foe is located in San Mateo County. Today, the San Mateo County Sheriff's Office confirmed they're actively investigating the incident. UC Hastings criminal law professor.
Profile case that it's time to warn people or deter people about the consequences.
Give me the video.
I know, right? Hold
Hours earlier, Mike Tyson was celebrating 420 at Golden Gate Park, promoting products for his cannabis company.
No, you got a bad
owner of Pure Blanco brand said Tyson was taking photos with fans.
There's more than one thing
was
running.
one of them.
His spiritual energy coming from him. He embraced everybody, all his fans.
Magic recorded a video on his way to Florida.
All right. Let's try and see if this comes up. Here we go. Damn, like boom. Hold on, let me see if...
Here you go, wait a minute.
He's not really putting a lot of stuff.
There's another video that shows the guy standing before the hitting. They're showing you the hitting.
It shows him fucking with him for a while, and you can even hear Tyson say, "Man, just be quiet.
Chill out. Yeah."
What made this so funny to me that Tyson put his hands on him is because he was going to a marijuana conference, right? he was going to a Tokers convention.
There. Wait. That's loud.
I finally got a hold of the tape that the police confiscated when Mike Tyson attacked the photographer at LAX. He was there with his wife. And kids. His kid and a small entourage. Right. And then Mike walks away from the family, it looks like, to go find a bathroom. And so they escort him over where the bathroom is. And Mike turns around and says, "Hey, little friend, don't come through here. Don't come through here. Don't come through here, bro. Be back to the whole man.
I'm going to try to fast forward to this. I don't know if this is the right one or not. Maybe it is.
That's a different incident. That's not this.
Camera guy's getting hit.
Are there cuts in this video?
Yeah. All right.
Or is it one piece of rolling
Let me
video?
stop this.
There are at least 7 edits in the video. The agency says they didn't put them in there. That's how they got the video. It might have been
Jesus
the camera guy.
Christ. This thing is like freaking freezing my ass off. All right. So, I mean, we saw you said there was another video about him, like, trying to talk to the guy and shit like that. If you could find it, send it to me. Go ahead and send it to the topics page. But so obviously, listen, when push comes to shove, number one, you're dealing with a celebrity. Even though he hasn't boxed in like 700 years, and he sounds more like a girl than ever. But still, it's like he's still a celebrity. If you obviously want his, there you go. That's what I'm talking about. There we go. So it's a YouTube. That's even better. I like YouTubes.
Did you find one?
Well, I think he sent me the same one.
Hyundai Kona versus...
Oh, shut up.
Wait a minute. Is that...
I don't know. It's from
I think
TMZ
I got one
Sports.
for you.
Yeah, send it to me. I mean, because if...
I'm working on it.
If Philip didn't send me the right one, then, I'm going to have to come over there and, repeatedly punch him in the face.
There you go. I found one that you can definitely see the guy...
Oh, okay. Here we go. This actually looks like it's a good one. All right, so let me convert this over here. Let me... No, we need to stop the streaming. Share screen. Here we go. All right, here we go. This one should have audio. Let's do this.
This is George talking to Mike Tyson, bro. This shit crazy, bro. Mike Tyson. My dog done got lit, man. He over here rapping with Tyson. Mike Tyson trying to give us some shrooms. You don't know how to act. Tyson looking out, man. This shit crazy.
You should have never gave you his money. Peasants. They're peasants. That's all right. Hey. Hey, Mike, come on. Let's go stop back. Let's lose the horse, man.
JetBlue, net flight. Boy just got beat up by Mike Tyson. Turn that way.
He's so fucking drunk.
Trying to ask for an autograph, man. I don't know what happened.
Hit his water bottle into Tyson.
Yeah, when you go ahead and start
where he was standing up like that over Tyson's back, and Tyson's sitting there like, dude, chill, go away.
And obviously you saw there was no mask there because the mask mandate actually came off, so did all the masks, and apparently the gloves came off too for Tyson. There's no glove mandate. Rocky Huber says Tyson needs to hire me to bang heads.
Are you muted?
Am I muted? No.
No, he is.
No, I'm muted. I'm over here mouthing to myself.
I was like saying you did something. You did something.
I saw the mouth moving, but I didn't hear any words.
It's kind of
because in my head I was thinking, I'm not a boxer. I'm not a trained fighter, but man, everybody's got their limits, and out of all people to fuck with, Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
I can't imagine any one of us on this show would have taken that type of shit from that guy. I mean, he had it coming. Good for him.
Yeah, I would have thrown.
Yep.
He's got a long history. He's got a long rap sheet of fucking with people. So, I mean, hey, this karma called Mike Tyson's name, and Mike Tyson answered with a right fist.
Mm-hmm. Many of them.
He probably runs around going, I'm the one that got the shit beat out of me by Tyson. He'll wear it like a badge of honor for the rest of his life.
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
Tyson punched me out, man.
Rocky says Tyson needs to hire me to bang heads. Me and Jenny almost did that to a vaccination dude. Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that was the guy I was telling you about that was in the restaurant.
He called my waitress friend the Edward. Oh, wow, yeah.
Yeah, that's an ass whooping.
Raymond says, like Tyson said, everybody is a tough guy until they get punched in the face. Like, whammo!
No shit.
Well, yeah, definitely. I'm not sure if he's happy or what, but apparently they did it like some type of, content creator. It's like, hey, here's the post interview. You just got the shit kicked out of you. How do you feel? I mean, really, it's like that's how they made it look. Like they were trying to create content. You're going to go ahead and film this? You're going to film Mike Tyson? Listen, number one, I would fire the camera guy because, number one, if you're going to see Mike Tyson take punches or give punches, you need to get some close-up shit of that. You need to see that. You need to see those knuckles going right into the face and have those...
I don't know, dude. That's probably about as close as you really want to be. Any closer, and you might be within range.
Well, that's what I'm saying. And that gives you more of a badge of honor because you're the camera guy that just got the close-up of Tyson's fist right there, and bam! The lights went out.
That's something you want.
Ray says, are we shocked that the guy is from Florida, though? Yes, yep. I know. My neighborhood, too, there, Ray. I know. Ray's down here in Florida. Actually, me and him used to work together. Oh, yeah.
You guys have cockroaches in more than one way.
I don't want to talk about that.
Come on, that was good, Philip.
When you silence me, you've done something now.
Hey, Philip, wait, listen, you know what? In Jenny's defense, now she can see what we see when it's time to start the show. Jenny on mute because she muted herself.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay.
That's why I noticed it.
Yeah, it's like, wait, something strange. This is familiar. What's going on with Philip? Oh, yeah.
Behavior.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
No, now it makes sense. Now I understand why people just go ahead and talk without. I'm talking here. There's nobody here. Oh, yeah, that's right, because I'm not.
Right. Yeah, I can hear myself. Why can't y'all hear me?
Yeah. Hello? Is this thing? No, it's not on.
I don't know how many times I've done that, and then all of a sudden I hear Charles. Yeah, I think Jenny's trying to say something, but she must have muted herself.
See, I'm more professional. I will write you in the private chat and go, "Hey, Jenny, you're muted." Not Charles. He'll call you out in front of God and everybody.
Oh, hell yeah. I would too. So
I don't think anybody cares to read the private chat. I barely read it. This thing's on there. It's like 45 minutes behind. I'm thinking, oh, that's where they went.
Well, I should be able to see it better now that I have my setup different.
Yeah, Philip, I never said I was professional. No.
I said I'm a professional noticer. I notice everything, man. It's kind of the
I've never heard that one. I like that one.
I'm a professional Ritz and peanut butter person too. Mm-hmm. All right, Alyssa's on.
Am I?
I can hear you.
We hear her. We don't see her.
Oh. I can't hear.
Oh, her headphones are fucked up.
I wasn't sure if I was on.
You're on, sweetie.
Hey, so I got one for you. I brought this up on my show, Charles, Jenny. So did you hear the coverage that I was talking about, that the new Tennessee state law that's called Bentley's Law, where it's going to require drunk drivers to pay child support if they kill a minor's parent while in a drunk driving accident?
Yeah, that is actually one of the topics that we had in the topic conversation there. Yep, Tennessee drunk driver. I think it's going to be. Yeah, here it is.
That sounds like a great idea.
It is a great idea. I think Florida should put it in place, but DeSantis is too busy wanting to fuck Disney over. So anyway, Tennessee passes a bill that would require drunk drivers to pay child support if they kill a parent of a minor. How about that? A Tennessee bill requires it. House Bill 1843 would require a person who is convicted of vehicular homicide to pay restitution in the form of child maintenance if their victim was the parent of a minor child. Each child of the victim would receive the restitution until they reach 18 or graduate high school. The payments are similar to traditional child support, in which a parent will pay the primary caregiver of their child, until they become legal age of 18. The amount of the payments will be determined by the financial needs and resources of the child and their surviving parent or guardian, including the state if the child is in the custody of the DCF. Similar to traditional child support, the standard of living the child is accustomed to will be a factor in determining the amount of the payments. So let's put it this way. If you kill Kim Kardashian, you just might as well die, because you ain't paying that. That's a high standard of living right there.
Well, I don't think this is going to be enforceable. I mean, it's a great idea. It looks good on paper. I love it, but it's not enforceable. They can't enforce the current child support laws that are out there. The current people who are behind the child support now, they can't enforce it. What makes them think they're going to pull this out of somebody who went to jail?
So you think
we're also mixing up civil law with criminal law, and in criminal law, there's the avenue of appeal. How does that work? When do they start paying? What happens if on appeal the conviction is overturned? Does the child now owe them money? This is, I don't know about putting this. It's like, I agree with what Philip said. It sounds good on paper, but in practice, I'm not sure that this is going to be really doable.
Well, I think it kind of works like this. So say I go ahead and I get into a car accident. I'm drunk. I get into a car accident. I kill mama on the other side. I'm in the hospital, laid up, whatever. But I am found guilty of vehicular manslaughter. I'm found guilty. Everything's come down on me. My sentencing, whatever. I'm guilty. At that point in time, cha-ching, kid's primary caregiver gets paid. I mean, wouldn't that be 1 and 2 right there?
I mean, well, once
2 years later, your conviction is overturned. You are now innocent.
Well,
you don't get money back.
Well, no, you don't.
Well, they have to pay you back. You weren't
hold on a second.
For paying in the first place.
Hold on a second.
Because your conviction was overturned.
How is somebody, when they're in jail for 2 years on appeals, get their time back?
They don't.
Right.
And in a lot of states, they lose. But that's the state versus you. You are instituting a third party here.
I'm just thinking
different.
I'm just thinking.
I can see if
an individual cannot be enriched illicitly, and if you are then found innocent of charge, then that person can't be enriched from you.
All right,
I can't imagine if they would enforce this. I can't imagine they would enforce this at a point where, until the appeal process has been. Once the appeal process is over, I think that's when they would put it in. But I'm just saying, we can't even enforce our own just regular old child support cases. How is this going to work? I mean, I think if you're trying to get their attention and you're trying to discourage them from drinking and driving, then hey, if you kill somebody, then hey, we're going to kill you back. That's a deterrent.
Damn.
In most situations, they garnish wages, and they also garnish any tax refunds that you may be party to or privy to. And no, it's not written to say that after you go through your whole appeals process and you've exhausted all appeals, you will then be required to pay child support. What they're attempting to pass is you're convicted, you're now going to pay this child support to a third party, not the state. And then what happens, like I said, if down the road your conviction is overturned. So therefore, you are no longer convicted of drunk driving. You are no longer convicted of vehicular homicide or whatever it is. And you've paid money for all these years. They have to pay that money back to you because it was illicit gains.
So now, through this whole process, because we all know appeals are just drawn out. So through this whole process, they're paying a third party to pay restitution for the people that are in charge or of parenting this child that's now motherless or fatherless. Or
they're paying the child.
Right. So how does they get the money back, and the money that's being given to the child,
that's terrible,
and that's being used and everything like that? I mean, how
you want to have a law that says, I'm going to make you pay this, and if you're found later on to have never been guilty in the first place, tough shit, sayonara, buddy, I'm keeping your money.
But who gives it back?
That's not legal.
Who gives it back?
That's not criminal. That's not due process under the law.
Who gives it back? That's what I'm asking.
The child would be responsible for paying back the restitution that they didn't deserve to get, even though they had zero to do with the fact that somebody was cutting them in the track, because they're a minor and they weren't involved.
So how can you go ahead and hold the child responsible for repaying it back when they're not legally responsible?
Who else are you going to hold responsible? The city,
whoever the guardian's going to be.
The person has a right to be made whole if they are in fact found innocent. You can't say too bad, too sad, go away.
My thing is, why don't they make the state, since the state went ahead and prosecuted them, make the state pay it?
That's kind of,
because the child is innocent in this. So you're going to go ahead and as you're paying, because now there's loss of income because their parent is dead, because you killed them because you were a drunk asshole. Their parent is dead. You're doing the right thing by paying them. All of a sudden, you miraculously overturn your charge, and now you're innocent, and that's wiping off. But the child has been living off that money that you've been sending in, like a good boy or girl. And
if the state mandated it, they should be the ones who pay it back.
The state should pay it back. If that's the case.
The child just gets to walk away with free money that was never theirs in the first place?
Yes.
It happens every day.
That is not law. That is not how a democracy works. That's not how criminal law is supposed to work. What you guys are asking for is fucking totalitarian. I'm going to take from you what I think you owe, and if in the end you never owed it, well...
No, what I'm asking
the state pays it back. Wait. How have we not been clear? I said the state pays the guy back if he's found innocent.
So the taxpayer gets stuck with the fucking bill. That's not okay. Look, the guy has money, right? Yep. They take that money, they give it to a third party, this kiddo.
Right.
He gets found innocent. We don't want to take the money back from the kiddo, so now we're going to take money away from the taxpayers and give it back to this guy.
But what if the kiddo is already...
This is not okay.
But what if the kiddo has already spent the money for a living?
Oh, shit.
Oh, tough.
Well, then I guess you shouldn't spend it until the friggin'... then this law doesn't work.
Then you know what has to happen? You know what has to happen? Like Philip says, until all appeals are done. Appeals are done, it's closed.
No kid gets a dime until he's 20. Because it took 7 years to go through his appeals process.
Well,
that shows you
there has to be something there to make it right.
Might sound good, but in practice, it's not possible. This bill it's not possible.
Yeah.
And keeping equality in law and keeping law open and keeping people from being hurt. The law always dictates that a person be made whole. That is the gist of it. And you have to also think about the fact the can of the worms that you just opened up. In this instance, is somebody who was driving drunk. How about the tractor-trailer driver who doctored his books and he's over driving and he's tired and he wipes out a school bus full of kids. And those 30 kids now need child support. But they're not going to get it because he wasn't drunk. So now a new law gets introduced. And before you know it, you got this crazy-ass thing, and people are getting ripped off left and right because the people who are going to end up paying this shit are going to be the ones that can't afford an attorney for the appeals. They weren't actually wrong. They weren't actually guilty, but they have to go through the public defender system that takes them 5 years to get a repeal. In the meantime, their paychecks getting docked, the tax returns being kept, and they're bankrupt. or they're going without their insulin. You can't, the law has to be in equality, and you can't take from Peter to pay Paul. You can't say, give me this money, and if it's bad, I'm going to take it from the taxpayers to give it back to you.
Philip, I'm seeing you drool at the mouth, man. Well, go ahead.
Well, in the example you're using where a truck driver kills a bus load of children because they were overdriving, like you said, that's where the families of those children sue usually the trucking company. That's kind of where that falls in. I feel like those are two different things. I mean, the ideas, I understand what you're saying, but
independent truck driver. All right. It's an independent truck driver.
That's why he has insurance. Yes. I'm just saying.
It's the same animal. Person A fucks up behind the wheel and causes the death of a child. Which one gets child support? Which kid deserves it more?
Every one of them, every damn one of them who die at the hands of someone's negligence, someone has to pay for that.
And there you are.
And accountability.
And like the bill said,
goes under the camel's tent. Tyrannical government.
And like the bill said, each child, however they're living their life, is taken into case by case basis.
And why are we only talking about children? Why are we only talking about children? I'm the sole caretaker of my elderly mother who depends upon me for everything, and you wipe me out. Are you not responsible for replacing that income and care that I was providing for my mother? Why is her life not as important as your 17-year-old?
Well, it's all about the kids. The reason why we're talking about it is because this bill focuses on the kids, not on the
problem with this bill is you're mixing criminal and civil law together, and there's no equity in government that way. There's no fairness in a trial court that way, and you're in the end, you could end up hurting a whole bunch of people,
right,
including taxpayers.
Well, there you go. Another bill that was signed into law. That's bullshit. One in Florida, one in Tennessee. How about Queen Elizabeth getting her own Barbie doll for 70 years on the throne? You believe that? I think
it's cool.
How is this Barbie doll going to look? It's going to look really wrinkled. You know what? I'm taking a look at Queen Elizabeth.
They'll take a regular Barbie and just melt it and put a dress on it. It's kind of
the longest-serving monarch in modern history. They made her a Barbie doll. I think it's cute. And over in England, it's a big deal for them because they look at their queen differently.
Yeah,
than we look at our president.
Yeah, because the queen's important.
Well, but the queen isn't really like the president. It's more the prime minister.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, queen is just a glorified person that, she stands over everything.
She's a figurehead.
But
she has limited powers.
Yeah.
Tradition.
But you're right. Parliament is who makes the decisions.
96 years old, and she's being made into a Barbie doll. And you know what? By looking at her, honestly, she don't got a damn wrinkle on her. What the fuck does she use over there in England? What are they using over there?
Only the
Years ago, they used to talk about the fact that she used cannabis for cramps.
Nice.
Just saying.
I'm just saying. This collectible doll wears an elegant ivory gown and blue ribbon adorned with decorations of order. A stunning crown and matching accessories complete her ensemble. This is what the Mattel Corporation wrote. It is a $75 Platinum Jubilee doll on its website. It also continued, Barbie celebrates the longest ruling monarch in British history, Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, whose extraordinary reign has seen her lead with an immeasurable amount of devotion to duty and life of service. The 95-year-old queen officially marked 70 years on the throne on February 6th. For her celebration, she was at Sandringham residence hosting community groups while wearing a light blue dress. The queen cut her own cake and had a curry of mayonnaise-based dish for the occasion. A curry and mayonnaise-based too much mayonnaise.
They eat a lot of mayonnaise there.
They do? I'm wondering about that.
Maybe the Dutch put mayonnaise on their French fries.
They don't have the wrinkles.
So you mean to tell me they eat the mayonnaise and they mayonnaise mask? Mayonnaise with the cucumbers?
It just fills in all the wrinkles.
You know what?
I call Miracle Whip for a reason.
You know what? Publix had buy one get one free mayonnaise. I'm going to go ahead and start using some on my face.
Maybe that was in honor of Her Majesty.
Maybe I'll get rid of some gray hairs.
I thought the Queen was racist.
The queen is white, so she's not racist.
No. Well, I mean, Meghan Merkel or whatever the fuck her name is.
It wasn't the queen that was accused of that comment. It wasn't the queen.
It was somebody else.
About guessing about the baby's skin color.
Yeah.
You talking about like one of the princes, like, Prince Charles or something like that?
It's too much drama and first world problems that just really don't fucking matter.
Yeah. Don't freaking... Just leave it alone, my word.
Preach.
Rocky says, I'd like to get punched in the face on occasion. It reminds me I'm not untouchable. Thank you, Rocky.
I can think of better ways to remind that.
You could have reminded me when I saw you there at Elm House of Pizza. Could have went ahead and thrown a cheese pizza in your face and punched you in the side.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, just to remind him he's untouchable. He's not untouchable.
You're not untouchable.
That's being a good friend.
The Untouchables.
CNN, their streaming service down after a month. That's just. I mean, that's.
Stay in your lane.
That's hysterical.
That's funny. That really is. So CNN gone. I'm not even going to read the article. Fuck it. How about a gas station owner there in Atlanta? Where is this? In Chattanooga, Tennessee, back in Tennessee. An East Tennessee gas station owner was on the verge of tears after unknowingly charging customers some of the lowest fuel prices of any gas station ever. At least, back into like the 40s maybe. One customer, Henry DeHart of Chattanooga, noticed the pricing was wrong when he filled up his gas tank with 12 gallons of premium and saw the total for $5.64.
Woohoo!
12 gallons of premium gas.
I'd be hightailing out of that gas station.
Hell yeah. DeHart wrote on Facebook on April 14th that the discount would have been welcome if it wasn't clearly a mistake, with an average cost per gallon of being over $4 and the price of premium gas being over $4.64. DeHart went ahead and said, with pictures obviously showing it was 45 cents a gallon. This is not to toot my own horn. I'm more sad for the owner of the gas station. I just stopped to fill up, and when I went to put the handle away, I was like, well, that's not right. I went inside, got the owner. There was a very difficult language barrier there, and tried to explain that his premium fuel was off by a decimal and it was only 45 cents. He wasn't getting it, so I was like, print my receipt. I showed him 12 gallons for $5.64. He ran back. He ran back and kept running and running and running.
Flew his carpet out there quickly.
Right. I said, let's see. No one had told him in 5 hours. Moreover, a guy in line behind me actually got pissed at me, although another lady was really sweet. Again, not bragging, but I insisted I pay the difference because he already taken such a beating this morning. What I find most frustrating about this, to the man who came to the country to start a life where they don't speak the native language, with guts to own a small business and to get screwed over by people for half the day, there's no telling how much money he lost today. He was on the verge of tears. I get it. Times are rough and gas is expensive, but nothing in this world is free. Sometimes it's ultimately always footing the bill. How many people this morning thought it's my lucky day while this man is getting taken to the cleaners? It's not just in this instance, though. Everything gets paid by someone. People have lost touch with this. Me. That was the entire post from Henry DeHart. Honestly, and this had...
I feel horrible for the guy. I saw that story half the fucking day, and nobody said a word to him. They just all took it and ran.
Absolutely. I'm just... Now, you know, it's kind of the way it is. You see a $100 bill on the floor. You see where it came from.
Not everybody.
Well, no, not everybody, but I'm just saying...
If I saw where it came from, I would say, hey... You dropped something.
Do you ever watch the show What Would You Do? This is a What Would You Do episode.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What would you do? Would you take it and run, or would you tell the owner and say something's wrong?
And I'm saying a lot of people...
And they've done the thing with the money on the ground with a thing wrapped up like it's a bank right outside the bank door. Does anybody bring it in, or do they take off with it?
Right.
Or the found wallet. They've done all of that stuff on that show. And it'll teach you something about people. Some people will fight tooth and nail for that owner. Oh my God, let me help you. What can we do to fix this? Other people call their buddy and go, get down here quick.
or like the asshole right after him, behind him. It's like right behind him. He's like, well, what the fuck did you do? I was about ready to get 44 cents a gallon. You bitch! You went ahead and ruined it for me.
Gas owners barely make they don't even make a lot. They make maybe 30 cents or so per gallon of gas that they sell.
Yeah, that's not their bread and
big margin.
That's not their bread and butter. But when you go ahead and sell for 44 cents, you're losing an ass load.
Oh my God!
He couldn't even get back the money that it cost him to buy the product.
Nope.
In fact, he probably lost profits for half the fucking year.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say for the whole year.
It's a huge amount of money.
Yeah, it's
when all you make for a profit is 30 cents, give or take.
I used to say a lot, man, that people, when given an opportunity, they're going to let you down. And that's unfair for me to say because, there are a lot of good people out there who'd be like, hey, like this guy. What a great story. Right? It's a sad story what happened, but it's a great story of humanity. So you actually see both sides. You see the good guy going, hey, man, you just lost a lot of money. I paid $55.64 when I should have paid you $56.40. You know, that's awesome. But and then you see the other side of humanity. Hey, asshole, what are you doing? Why can't I get some? It's just
right there on the same line, man. right behind him. He's being a dick. Like, dude, I wanted to pay 44 cents a gallon. What the fuck did you do? What are you doing? You idiot! We had a good thing going.
A guy like that, I'll tell you what I would have done. A guy like that, I'd have been like, you know what? Now that it's fixed, I'll pay for your gas. Fill up. I got you.
Wow.
If it means that much
really?
I got you because you're a piece of shit. Oh, yeah. Man, I'm telling you something. I try to, every day if I go out and eat, like if I hit a restaurant or something like that, 100% of the time, I'm going to pay for the person behind me. I don't give a shit what size vehicle they're in. I don't care what they ordered. It's not that I'm a big baller. I'm fucking poor. I'm a 100% disabled veteran. So if you just do your math and now you figured out what my income is a year.
Yeah.
But I just, man, I'm trying to do my part to pay the positivity for it, and we should have more people doing that. And stories like this, man, I like seeing stories like this that somebody did the right thing.
Yeah, I used to. When I have the ability to, I will go ahead because I'm usually at McDonald's almost every breakfast, even though I shouldn't be. But I'm almost at McDonald's, going through the drive-through, and of course, drive-through. Mornings are busy, and I'm like, yeah, I got a little bit extra money in my account. Let me go ahead and pay for this guy. And usually breakfast isn't a big deal. Lunch is the big deal. I tried paying for somebody's lunch. It's like, you do know it's $35. I'm thinking, what? Okay. I'm not gonna be a dick on camera. Go ahead. But yeah, it's like breakfast is usually $2.14. A freaking cup of coffee and like a sausage McMuffin, and that's it. Lunch is where you have a whole different can of worms. They're getting the 3 Happy Meals, the 4 Big Mac meals, large, extra size. Just it's a big deal. So I'll do it breakfast. I don't really go out for lunch anyway. I usually stay at home for lunch. But yeah. That's me, man. If I got it, I'm going to go ahead and share a little bit of wealth. I'll go ahead and make somebody's day like, thank you. And it's like, there's occasion times I'm taking a look at the rearview mirror. It's like, okay, what's the reaction? And sometimes I get the wave. Sometimes I get a little honk. Sometimes I get nothing. It's like, whatever. So, I don't do it for I don't do it for that. But it's kind of cool to see if they do or not. So, Jenny, you ever did anything like that? You ever pay it behind, pay it forward, pay it sideways? Yeah.
A lot of different ways and a lot of different times. I think the one that I enjoyed the most was probably there was a little girl in one of the store that was just enamored with this doll. And Mom was kind of like, I don't know, maybe. And I'm like, well, if it's okay with you, I'd like to get it for her. And we started talking, and she had just moved to the state, and was impressed that she kept meeting nice people. And I thought that was really cool. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of different ways that you can cause a butterfly effect. Years ago, they used to have these coins. They were butterfly coins, and they had tracking numbers on them. And you give it to somebody, and you do a deed for them, and you tell them all you want them to do is pay it forward. And when they do, get past that coin on. And then you could go online and you could type in the story of what happened and watch the coins travel.
Oh, wow.
I actually think they still do that.
Huh?
I have heard of that recently. I think they are still doing it.
They probably are, but it's just a really cool thing. But it's, it's the butterfly effect. It's what you do and how that ripples out and how that can affect the next person and the next person. And we need more of that. It's like all of this, the plague and being, in our homes and everything, we've become so insulary. People seem to be angrier and easier to fight now. I mean, road rage is up across the country, fighting violence in any city around. It bullshit on the politicals. Violence across the board has gone up.
It's all crazy. Rocky's saying that instead of giving food or clothes, I give beers to homeless. I get the most love ever. It says I'll buy $31 beers and hand them out. I mean, that is what people should do. They should go ahead to the nearest homeless person and make sure you go ahead and get a beer. I mean, that's seriously. Rocky is an angel. He is the angel of beer.
Alcohol is one of those things that for some reason we try to deny people, like in the nursing homes.
Here's something. Here's something that Alyssa has that we're going to be giving away to the next person we see.
No.
Oh, what do you got?
Yeah,
do you have a new baby?
I have Tinkerbell. The dog.
That's one of our dogs.
I don't think I've ever seen her.
Oh, you have. You say, what the hell is that black fluffy thing? She thought it was like a mop.
So cute.
She is.
Oh my gosh.
Yep.
You can't even see her face.
She just burped.
A pile of hair.
She just burped.
She just
blew a mop. You can stick a stick on that thing and just clean the floor,
Well, there's already a place. Hey, there's a place to put the stick, Jenny.
Oh, my
God. This is true. This is true.
Well, if it's a girl, there's two places. So
Jesus Christ.
We can attach some little pads to the footies so they can wash around a little better, little scrubby pads.
All right, you better put the dog down before they start thinking of real ideas like using it as a Swiffer. All right, listen, we're going to go ahead and take our final break. Coming back with some good news, and then we're out of here. Rocky says, you would say it's wrong. You would say that's wrong, but I have the most direct communication with that. Listen, Rocky's an angel.
I don't say that's wrong.
It's not wrong.
I have no problem with what you did.
That's right.
And if you brought somebody a little bit of a smile, I think that's awesome.
I know it's like a beer that makes a man feel like a man. So, yeah, man, right on.
Or man, I feel like a woman.
Instead of treating him like a piece of shit, like, how dare you? Yeah, right?
All right, hang tight. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
The weekend is almost here. The good news with Alyssa is next. Stay tuned.
Stop thinking Really hard on my dad. But you know what else was hard? His dick. I'm Cheryl Isaacson, the founder of Horny Hospice, the world's first sex-positive senior living community. It's not your grandparents' hospice. Hospice care has always been about addressing a patient's physical, emotional, social, and spiritual needs. But what about their sexual needs? The local nursing homes weren't the right fit for my dad. Too sterile, not enough musk in the air. So I started Horny Hospice. Families can be surprisingly inconsiderate when it comes to their elders' final fantasies. People assume that the sex drive of a senior is low, but that's simply not the case. And the residents of Horny Hospice definitely like to get freaky, except when Wheel is on. Horny Hospice residents are truly nostalgic for the good old days of black and white smut, unless their grandkids taught them how to use Pornhub. At Horny Hospice, we make sure our loved ones are attended to with a wide variety of sex toys and enhancement chemicals. And if they prefer it rough, our staff are fully licensed providers of a variety of BDSM services. Horny Hospice provides suitable and nourishing meals, though patients tend to be less inclined to eat Jell-O than to wrestle in our custom Jell-O wrestling basement. Once the word spread about Horny Hospice, there was a pretty long waiting list. But since we're a hospice facility, we were able to keep that list fairly short. Young people are often afraid of coming to hospice facilities, but we find that grandchildren are the most excited to come visit. But residents are often too busy to say goodbye. Horny Hospice has one goal: to keep your loved ones going till the very end. And with Horny Hospice, I know my dad will go out with a bang.
Follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Search The Charles Richardson Show.
All right, we're back. To close out the show, apparently it's going to be Philipless, but it's okay. We still got Jenny. in her lovely 1080p HD camera. So now we can go ahead and zoom in if we want to see her, her frizzled ends of her hair. See, doesn't her middle fingers look beautiful now? When she flicks me off, it just has that glow.
I know,
in
right?
HD is great.
Stop being so close up with me. I hate it.
Oh, stop. Well, listen, I have to have you on the close-up because coming up next in the close-up is Alyssa when she does her good news. She never likes it, even though she looks wonderful.
No, I don't.
You do.
She looks wonderful.
You do.
I look like... Never mind.
You look like a what? You look on...
Never mind.
Never mind?
Alyssa has good news.
I don't know if she does yet. We still have a few minutes. We can tell...
I have good news.
Oh, well, I was trying to get Jenny to tell me what she looked like, but... You sure you don't want to say right now? No? Okay. All right, we'll do good news. Talked out of it. All I got to say is, here's the good news.
A woman finds a lost stuffed bunny and wants to locate its owner.
Wow.
It looks like it was pretty loved. What is going on? I can't hear.
Is that what they said?
No. That's what I'm saying right now.
Can you hear me now?
No, my headphones suck. Well, it's not my headphones. It's this thing
device
that all of the headphones connect into.
Well, you know what? It doesn't really matter. Here, hold on. Let's just get it out of the way. How about now?
He's fixing you.
Can you do it? What? Oh, it's your headphones.
Can you hear you now?
Can you hear me now? No.
No, can you hear you now?
Hold on, one more time. How about now?
It's cutting in and out.
It's cutting in. Yeah, I think
it's cutting in and out.
I'm plugging her into the socket.
Anyway, a woman in Nebraska found a stuffed bunny, and she's made it her mission to reunite the plush with its rightful owner. Erin Sorensen, a deputy editor and podcast host, first tweeted about her discovery on March 3rd. Hey, Omaha people, anyone's family missing a bunny? She wrote at the time, found near the intersection of 52nd and Burt laying in the street. I picked it up because it looks like it was pretty loved by someone, and I'm hopeful I can find that someone. Sorensen let her 23,000 Twitter followers know that her dog discovered the bunny during their walk. So she's not sure if the dog belonged to a human or a dog who lives in the area. She cross-posted her finding to TikTok and local neighborhood groups, but she hasn't been able to locate the bunny's owner yet. But her post did catch the attention of Danielle Allure-Taylor, a Michigan-based plush doll restoration expert who owns and operates Fluff Stuffed Animal Restoration.
Interesting.
Allure-Taylor offered to restore the bunny after Sorensen tagged her in a post. The biggest thing I can say is that this was a labor of love, Allure-Taylor told Fox News Digital. Erin and I both went out of our way to do something for someone, even though we don't know who it is. She added, the world needs more kindness, and I'm glad that I could be part of it. Allure-Taylor documented her process on TikTok, which involved laundering off layers of dirt, inserting new fluff stuffing, brushing the fur, and adding a new bow. It turns out the bunny was truly a light lavender color instead of the soft gray that appears in Sorensen's original Twitter post. Sorensen shared an update about the bunny's appearance and her quest on March 13th. Fox News Digital reached out to Sorensen for comment. The bunny is back with Sorensen in Omaha, according to TikTok video she shared on March 19th. No, the owner has not yet been found, she said in the video. However, because of all the sharing and boosting you have done and the news stories have been able to get, I had more people reach out, and I'm even actually officially chasing down a couple of leads, which is very exciting.
Wow. So she like went all CSI and everything, right?
She's really trying to track down the owner of this bunny.
That's awesome. All right. Good story as always.
See, now I can hear, but but it's way too loud.
Oh, wait. Okay, how about now? Because I got the
This is better. This is better.
Can you hear you now?
Yeah.
I can. It was like blasting in my ears. That's why I was pulling at my headphones and like trying to adjust them because I could not.
I had to. I think you were a little bit away from your mic because you were kind of low. I had to actually pump them up a little
bit. Moved away from the mic because it was blasting my own ears out.
Well, obviously you could hear.
Yeah.
Make sure you go. Yeah, what? Make sure you visit rawtalkonlineradio.com. Great programming every Monday through Friday. We started off with the morning shows from 7:30 a.m. to 10 a.m. It's the Morning Mayhem with DJ Scotty. Then from 10 to 1 a.m. Eastern Time, it's the Steve Jarrett Morning Show. And every Monday through Friday, 4 to 6 p.m., it's Matt Connerton Unleashed. And now, from 6 to 7 p.m. every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, it's Philip D. Blackman right there doing his show. And then, of course, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, right here from 7 to 9, it's the Charles Richardson Show. So quality programming on all aspects of life. And we're proud to have Philip on board now doing his show. As a matter of fact, since he had to duck out a little bit, I'm going to go ahead and promote his YouTube, youtube.com/C/the Philip D. Blackman Show. Go ahead. That's right there. All one word. Make sure you go ahead and subscribe. Also subscribe to our show as well on YouTube, The Charles Richardson Show. And as I play Jenny out, Jenny will go ahead and blast her stuff.
Actually, coming up in the first week of May, I'm going to be on all 3 shows on a Monday. Going to do a whole run of it. Looking forward to that on Raw Talk Radio Online. And, of course, you can find out more about me at jencoffey.com and my writings where I am published on The Mighty. And, of course, for these shows and other great things, you can find them on IPMNation.com.
That's right. One of our great affiliates that we love and love so much and endear so much. We just don't want to promote them while we're on the show. Well, as long as they're not running shows that are opposite of us. Anyway, that is it. Have a great weekend, everybody. Don't drink and drive.
No filching.
Yeah. Don't do anything I would do because I'm doing it and you shouldn't really be doing it. I'm just rambling on. Have a great one. We'll see you Monday. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Stronger, feeling free with the shadows of the night.